Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Time now for the nation's sharpest opinion. I shudder to think that till a year back, the pseudos and the wokes in this country, along with assorted members of the Tukre gang and the Kongi Brigade and their foreign ecosystem, were coming together to try and work hard towards making Mamata Banerjee potential Prime Minister of India. Just see what Mamata Banerjee has done to Bengal, and imagine that if she was given an opportunity by this pseudo brigade, what a person with Mamata Banerjee's governance track record would do to our entire country, what she would do to Bharat. Mamata Banerjee has destroyed Bengal. She has ruined Bengal's image, ruined Bengal's social fabric, its harmony, ruined the law and order situation in Bengal, and literally, in my view, handed over the running of the state to her private mafia. We all know what happened in Sandesh Khali. Women were raped in Kolkata. A woman was raped in Kolkata. Mamata Banerjee asked, why was the woman victim out on the streets at night? Imagine the mentality. In Sandesh Khali, her mafia man and his gang mass assaults and allegedly mass rapes poor women from economically deprived backgrounds. And she stands up in the assembly and protects the men accused of her of the rape. And she attacks the women of Sandesh Khali brutally, totally insensitively. Under Mamata Banerjee, the most dirty corruption is unleashed. Apartments full of cash are found. A massive, well-known land syndicate runs in Kolkata and around with obvious government patronage. Everybody knows about it. When news channels like Republic Media Network, Republic Bangla expose her misdeeds, she has a standard technique. She gets cases filed against the network, against us. She has this habit, which is evident now. She likes to send notices to people and to reporters and to citizens. Today she's sending notices to Kunal Sarkar. She's sending notices to Dr. Goswami for speaking the truth. She's even sending notices to her own ex-MP for questioning her. And when Mamata Banerjee and her government apparatus gets desperate, she even makes her incompetent police arrest reporters. So just imagine tonight. That's why I keep saying, viewers, go into issues in depth. Imagine if people like Mamata Banerjee and Rahul Gandhi are to be Prime Minister. Imagine if Mamata Banerjee was to be Prime Minister. What she would have done, in my view, she would have destroyed India. Proof of this is the way in which she has absolved herself of all responsibility in the RG Kaur rape and murder case. She is the health minister, no accountability. She is the home minister, no accountability. She is the chief minister, no accountability. It's a clear cover-up. And it's clear to me and everyone else that something very big is potentially being hidden in the response to this terrible incident. That a powerful lobby could be protected. But as usual, Mamata Banerjee has decided that she is with the lobby and she's against the people. Viewers, never forget or forgive this. Never forget that at a time like this, women MPs like Mahua Maitra, who reads out those prepared scripts every time, who shows the finger on television, a person intemperate, under question, like Mahua Maitra, and a person like Sagarika Ghosh, they choose to swear by their supreme leader, Mamata Banerjee. They find in this moment, when they should have been with the people, an opportunity to show their loyalty to Mamata Banerjee, even if it means deliberately disregarding the cries of help. In all these cases, from Sandesh Khali to now RG Kaur. Viewers, power corrupts, and absolute power corrupts absolutely. Mamata Banerjee is an embodiment of a corrupt government. Hers is, in my view, the worst ever track record any chief minister in this country has had since our independence. Only this time the people of Bengal have decided that enough is enough. And the people of Bengal, the people of Bharat, all standing solidly together. Ladies and gentlemen, the people in Bengal are fighting back. And this time, all right-thinking citizens of the country, everyone is with them. Let's debate.
Delhi, Mumbai, Kolkata, Chandigarh, Hyderabad. Doctors and protesters are on the streets for the last 10 days with just one demand: justice for Abhaya. The opposition in Bengal too has been lashing out at the Mamata government, leveling serious charges of mishandling and cover-up.
ये कहते हुए कष्ट है that Mamata Banerjee has become Mamata the destroyer, the anarchist Mamata Banerjee. She is the destroyer of evidence in this heinous crime. And I repeat, destroyer of evidence.
There are two issues. One, what happened in Kolkata, the rape and murder of that female doctor, was heinous crime. State government has completely failed. The union government has also completely failed to oversee the requirements before approving the medical institutions.
Amidst the barrage of questions fired at Mamata, the Kolkata police is prosecuting protesting doctors over the investigation in the RG hospital violence. The police did not even leave senior Kolkata-based heart surgeon Dr. Kunal Sarkar. He was summoned over some social media posts that he had made on the case.
অমুকের নামে কাগজ আসছে, অমুকের নামে সমন আসছে, তারপরে আরও একটা দিক করে অশান্তি তৈরি হয়। তারা কথাবার্তা বলুক, তারা ইনফর্মালি সেমি ফর্মালি এনগেজ করুক। আমরা কোনো চিকিৎসককে সমন দিয়ে ডাকার ব্যাপারটাকে আমরা সমর্থন করিনি এবং আমরা আশা রাখি তারা আজকে আমাদের কাছে মোটামুটি সিনসিয়ারভাবে কথাবার্তা বলেছেন এবং আমার মনে হয় সেটা হয়তো তারা সম্মান করবেন।
TMC Rajya Sabha MP Sukhendu Shekhar Roy received fresh summons from Mamata's police for questioning the party. Roy earlier came out with some tough questions for the Mamata government while demanding that the city police chief be called in for questioning. Meanwhile, the lawyers of Calcutta High Court joined the protesting doctors in solidarity. With each passing day, the suspicions about Mamata government's role in the alleged cover-up in the RG car case is increasing. However, defiant over the entire situation, Mamata government has taken an anti-protest position, viciously threatening agitating doctors of consequences if they don't stop the protests.
আমার বক্তব্য এই ঘটনায় যারা মমতা বন্দ্যোপাধ্যায়ের দিকে আঙুল তুলছেন, নোংরা ভাষায় সোশ্যাল মিডিয়ায় মমতা বন্দ্যোপাধ্যায়কে গালাগালি করছেন, যারা আঙুল তুলে মমতা বন্দ্যোপাধ্যায়ের পদত্যাগ চাইছে, সেই আঙুলগুলোকে চিহ্নিত করে সেই আঙুলগুলোকেও ভেঙে দেওয়ার বন্দোবস্ত করতে হবে।
With the CBI case picking up pace and the role of former RG principal Dr. Sandeep Ghosh under the scanner, questions remain. Why was Mamata government so keen on giving him the clean chit? What is the Mamata government trying to hide in the case? Who is the Mamata government trying to protect?
One of India's top lawyers, senior advocate in the Supreme Court, Mukul Rohatgi, is with us this evening. Mr. Rohatgi, the facts of the case are known to all of us. Yes, good evening. The facts of the case are known to all of us. I mean, how do you view this? I mean, both from a legal, both from a social, and an investigative point of view.
Good evening, Arnab. From whatever I have read and seen on the electronic and the print media, it is clear to me and clear as daylight that this is a case of a gang rape in a hospital in the wee hours of the morning. And I had a look at the injuries in the post-mortem report. And the most ghastly part of it is injuries to the private parts and the vagina, which is found to be having 150 grams of semen. I mean, it is preposterous that somebody can call it a suicide with injuries on the entire body, the body discovered without clothes, the body discovered in a place which was not meant for resting. And I mean, how can the police or anybody say it's a case of suicide and then a hastily gathered cremation? And on top of that, we have now, it's now like nearly 15 days or 12 days from the ghastly incident. It is a case which involves a large number of perpetrators. What is the role of the hospital security? What is the role of the principal or the dean or whatever, whoever is the head? What have they to say about it? Why was it hushed up? And on top of that, after a few days, we see a rampage by thousands of goons on the hospital premises, not only disrupting medical activities in the hospital, but all other proof and clues which could have been found have been completely destroyed. How is this happening? It is not a case of mere negligence of the police or a case of paralysis. It is a case of active cover-up by the police. Let us see what the CBI has to do. The High Court has to step in, and I am happy that the Supreme Court is going to hear the matter tomorrow and maybe take remedial measures. This is a repeat of the horrendous Nirbhaya, which occurred in Delhi, and I am sure something will happen. And I mean, most of all, I think you require a special law for doctors. They are humane like others. They work a lot. They sacrifice a lot. And they are, unfortunately, not this case, but generally, if something goes wrong in a mundane surgery, the doctor is beaten up. That is completely not acceptable. These are my initial views.
Yes, and I think you're completely right. I totally stand with you and with the doctors there. Mr. Rohatgi, you know, this time something has snapped quite clearly. Doctors are patient, doctors are hardworking, doctors put patients first. But doctors across the country are agitating today because it is quite clear that something horrendous has happened here. Now, Mr. Rohatgi, every word that you say will be watched by people in response to my next question. As a very, very, very experienced advocate, and you mentioned tampering in the case, and I also believe that the second time the mob went in, they went in precisely to destroy the evidence. It was a mob that was sent, Mr. Rohatgi. They went in and they said, let's go to that room and destroy the evidence. It's on audio, it's on record. Given that so much tampering has happened, through testimonies, through confessions, through polygraph tests, are there other ways to nail this? Because the hardcore evidence on the ground, which a lot of it could have been damaged, tampered with or destroyed.
So firstly, Arnab, what was the police doing on the day when this rampage occurred? The city and the country is up in arms. There is supposed to be security around the hospital. How do thousands of people or goons walk into the hospital and create mayhem? This is the second issue which compels me to believe that it is a deliberate cover-up of a gang rape, whether it was a simple gang rape at at the spur of the moment, or was it something more? The police and the hospital authorities have to answer, and the police must answer for their gross negligence in allowing this rampage to happen. That's one. Now, two, once you know that these injuries took place on the victim, a hapless victim who was a doctor studying for her PG,
Yes.
so as to serve the nation, I'm sure with the injuries in hand, the CBI will be able to unearth the perpetrators of the horrific crime. And in my view, the key investigation now is required by pointing out as to the role of the hospital authorities,
Yes.
the hospital security, the hospital head, the dean. The following answers are required. Number one, why was there no room for the doctor to rest or sleep at 3 a.m. in the morning after she had a meal at 2 a.m. and she had to go to a seminar room to sleep? It is completely unacceptable. You cannot allow a young woman to just go and sleep in some off room somewhere where, all these kind of things can happen, number one. Number two, the body was found without clothes. Number three, it was not found in that seminar room, from whatever I've read, and subject to correction. The body was found across the room in some area where some construction, etc., was going on.
Yeah.
All these things have to be answered by nobody else except the head of the hospital. He has to take responsibility. He is the first person who must know what happens to his doctors and his patients. The second is the complicity and the negligence of the police. It is not merely a case of negligence, I repeat. It is a case of a complete cover-up of a horrific gang rape. Then the police the police chief must answer. Why is he not answered? Why has he not answered that 5,000 people rampaged the hospital when I am told Section 144 was imposed, which means you can't have a group of more than 4 or 5. He must answer why was there a hasty cremation. These are to be gathered from the police. And if not the police, from the minister concerned. The minister concerned is the Home Minister. And the Home Minister, we all know, is not less than the Chief Minister.
So that's my point.
Therefore, there are scores of answers
That's my
which
point.
are crying out to be gathered.
No, that's my point. Police, hospital, bureaucracy, all answerable to Mamata Banerjee. Very briefly, and we all know, viewers, the Supreme Court is cognizant of the case. The case is coming up before the Honorable Chief Justice, I think, tomorrow. What is Mamata Banerjee's accountability in all this? She holds the ministries, health, home, and she is the Chief Minister. What is her culpability / accountability here, Mr. Rohatgi?
According to me, let us forget that she is the Chief Minister. The accountability directly is of the ministry concerned. Police comes under Home, and the Home Minister therefore must answer. Instead of answering, I have been watching the TV the whole day.
Yeah.
Prominent doctors are being issued notices by the police
All over.
to kind of subdue them so that they don't speak. The right to protest, a peaceful protest, is a right guaranteed by the Constitution. That right cannot be subjected to these gross and crude methods by issuing notices to public people who want to speak out. Dr. Kunal, whatever his name is.
Kunal Sarkar.
Yes, so he has only walked in the protest march. Lawyers have walked in the march. Are we going back to pre-independence days?
Complete.
When the British Raj and the British police would rain down lathis on the protesters, including Mahatma Gandhi? Are we going that way? I mean, it is absurd that right to speak, right to voice your thoughts in a peaceful movement is being curtailed in this fashion by threatening people and sending notices to them. I think it is completely unconstitutional, and I am sure the government will have much to answer before Honorable the Supreme Court tomorrow morning at 10:30 a.m.
Absolutely, Mr. Rohatgi, you've been so clear on this. You've been absolutely, without a doubt, straight on this. I like the fact you pulled no punches tonight. It's always a pleasure to have you. Ladies and
Thank you, sir.
gentlemen, we are getting series of eminent voices following Mukul Rohatgi, senior advocate. I have with me Swapan Dasgupta. As we all know, he's with the BJP, but I would rather know of him, and I've known him for decades now as a senior journalist and, if I may say so, one of my initial mentors. Now, Dr. Dasgupta, will this become political? Mamata Banerjee's approach in everything is, I will weather this out. I have weathered out Sandesh Khali. I have weathered out Shah Jahan Sheikh. I have weathered out ration distribution scam, Sharada scam, recruitment scam. I will weather this out. I will tire out the protesters. How long will people protest? Is that a fear in your mind?
Well, at least certainly that's the calculation of Mamata Banerjee. Her calculation is that I've just won an election where I've just got about 29 out of the 42 seats in West Bengal. It was a resounding victory on her part, and therefore I will be able to mobilize public opinion, and I will be able to get things my way. And therefore I can be, to that the only word which appeals to me in this context is the word in Hindi which they say dheet, which unfortunately the English translation would be pig-headedness. In other words, what she's planning to do in this case is that I will brazen out everything. I will instill fear in the minds of people. I will intimidate people. I will destroy evidence in my case. And I will use the police and the administration, in this case mainly the police, as an accessory to the most blatant and naked subversion of all norms of governance and propriety which we have seen. Unfortunately, in this time, we have seen for Mamata Banerjee an upsurge which in the past had been lacking.
Against her.
In the past, the protests had been done by political parties, mainly political parties. And they did their bit, trying to mobilize public opinion. But this time, it was the spontaneous outburst of people. And what we saw on the night of 14th of August and the early morning of 15th, we've heard about the vandalism which took place at RG in those premises, but we haven't heard about the huge protests, lakhs and lakhs of people in different parts of Calcutta, in small towns of West Bengal, women coming out, children coming out. In fact, entire families came out at midnight because it affected them, everybody, the notion of entire insecurity which permeates the state, and the brazenness and the complete reckless unconcern of those who are in power to address these issues. So it was that. It was outrage and a sense of frustration and anger at people. A rape can happen in any place, but when the administration gets down and tries to cover it up, it's not a question of who is Mamata Banerjee or who is the administration. Why? Both these questions are really what is agitating people today.
Swapan Dasgupta, I just want to point out, if everything had been left to Mamata Banerjee, in this case, the rapist would have been walking free. Mamata would have shamed the victim, usual strategy. Anybody fighting for justice would have been threatened into silence. The victims would never have been granted justice. The reality is... Yeah.
No.
Yes.
It's quite clear from the nature of the injuries
Yes.
to the deceased doctor, that it was not the handiwork of one individual demented rapist.
No, 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 not at all.
That there were other people involved. And there are fingers of suspicion which point to the people who could be possibilities. And they're absconding. And they're walking free.
Yeah.
And I think the police has so far not been very proactive in trying to trace them.
Mr. Asupata, what's been happening? I just want to put an observation before my next question to you. Swapan Dasgupta, viewers, if you're watching the debate tonight, is a very keen observer. Forget the fact that he's in politics. Of course he's in politics. He's a journalist. He's a keen observer of Bengali society. He's the ultimate Bengali bhadralok, if you were to describe that well. Now, what has happened is in Bengal, over the last 10 years or so of Mamata Banerjee's government, this approach, you question Mamata Banerjee, we'll break your head, we'll break your finger, we'll teach you a lesson. Viewers, remember the post-poll violence in Bengal, remember the brutality, remember the women pulled out of their houses, remember the rapes, remember the murders, and in a lot of this, there are a lot of people in Bengal who are angry, frustrated, the educated, middle class, salaried class, bhadralok. They are angry, they are frustrated with what is happening to Bengal, but they have not come out on the streets to protest. This time, something has snapped. If you see the people who are protesting Swapan Dasgupta, if you just look at, they are not people who have come out before. They have seen what has happened in Sandesh Khali, but Sandesh Khali happened in Sandesh Khali. This has happened in Kolkata, so it's hit home. People in cities, city after city, town after town, people watching the media, responding, have come out and said, no, you are nobody to run my country or my state to ruin. So there's a difference in the nature and intensity of people protesting. East Bengal, Mohan Bagan, supporters coming together outside the Salt Lake Stadium, saying we won't take this anymore, lathi charged. People across sporting differences. I would dare say at some point people beyond political differences. Look at the left. On my upcoming program, I have the BJP spokesperson. I also have Fuad Halim of the CPM. People with political differences are coming together. And there are people, Swapan Dasgupta, who say we have supported Mamata Banerjee, but no more. No more, not after this. So how do you view this?
See, I think the particular thing is that Mamata Banerjee should have realized after the demonstrations of 14th, 15th of August that there is an upsurge of public opinion which says that we are not going to take this anymore and that we want justice.
Yeah.
It was a very simple issue. But look at the response of the administration to this upsurge, this huge tide of public opinion which was there, which we haven't seen the likes of for a very, very long time. What was her response? One, you send in, or some people close to the Trinamool Congress sends in goons to go and vandalize RG Kar thing.
Yeah. Great question.
You issue threatening notices by the Calcutta police against everybody all and suddenly. Just look at the X handle of the Calcutta police. It's just full of threats. Threats against this person, that person, give us your address, give us this. It's not policing. It's sort of form of crude intimidation which is not working.
It's not working.
Sarkar is a very, very respected person in Kolkata. I mean, it's just absurd. Shukendra Shekhar Roy, who is to be my colleague in the Rajya Sabha, Buluda as we know him, a person who is a very old style congressman. There's something which is sort of, he was a sort of a Pranab Mukherjee sort of a carbon copy in various ways. Him being asked to go to the police because he said that the police, that the commissioner of Calcutta police should be questioned. Look at the manner in which the East Bengal Mohan Bagan derby at the Salt Lake Stadium was abruptly cancelled. Just look at these various instances
And look at the body language of the Trinamool Congress people who've been agitating. And you know that the gulf between the rulers and the ruled is just increasing with every passing day. And this explains why there is the left, the right, the center, whatever it is, are coming together and saying,
very interesting.
Just let us get rid of this particular dispensation.
Oh, absolutely. Mamata Banerjee is acting in self-defense. Swapan Dasgupta, I thank you very much there. You really set it up very, very well. I'd like to go first to Dr. Rakshita, and I have my panel with me tonight. Ladies and gentlemen, Debashish Ghosh is top doctor in the United Kingdom. Dr. Fuad Halim, physician and CPM leader. We have Sanju Verma, national spokesperson, BJP, Anirban and Tausif backing the Trinamool Congress. Kunal Sarkar himself is joining us in a bit. But Dr. Rakshita, campaigning for Abhaya from Mumbai, I first want your views on which turn you are seeing this campaign take right now.
Sir, I work in the same university in West Bengal itself as an intern doctor, and we have been protesting since almost day one, from 10th of August. And till now, I don't think even we are 1% close to justice. They messed all this up so much that we have so many questions right now. This is so unacceptable. Even I posted on my Instagram and everywhere. We are asking questions, but they are confusing us more and more. And right now, it's been almost 10 days. I have been just talking about the same. I have been just watching the same news. It's very traumatic for me as a woman. Whenever I close my eyes, I see the same things. I don't know how long is this going to take? How long are we going to close all those non-emergency services, OPD services? We don't want to do that to our patients. It's causing a hell lot inconvenience. But still, there is not even a single response we are getting from the authorities.
Yeah, that's true. Anirban Banerjee, your government is saying that you will physically attack and crush fingers of those who are pointing fingers at Mamata. I am quoting, of course, a senior minister in the Mamata Banerjee government who was saying those pointing fingers at Mamata Banerjee will be broken and will be crushed. Now, in my view, that is 140 crore people. You are saying that you will break and crush the bones and fingers of 140 crore people. You can explain to us how you intend to do so? Anirban?
Okay, there's really no point in explaining a
No, answer that, no? This threat, was it not made?
Because if you play the entire statement...
Was it not made?
No, it wasn't.
Those who are attacking Mamata Banerjee, pointing fingers at her and demanding her resignation, those pointing fingers will be broken and crushed, their fingers will be crushed. How will you do that?
There have been crude level remarks made against the Chief Minister. There have been people who actually wrote poems with the headline, if translated into English, it says, I want to rape the Chief Minister.
No, I think that you are, one minute. You try to sully an agitation. Sanju is on the debate. Don't sully an agitation. Sanju, there is a quiet anger among the people of this country.
No. There have been people...
Sanju.
May I please come in? Anirban?
Express their intent.
Arnab, you will have to give me time for a
Sanju is on the debate responding to you, Anirban.
Thank you. You know, Arnab, I have done a zillion debates with Anirban and Tausif, and things have got very feisty. But I just want to make a couple of points. I heard your interviews, and brilliant ones at that, with Mukul Rohatgi and with Swapan Dasgupta. I just want to say this. This is not an agitation against Mamata Banerjee by lawyers alone. This is not an agitation against Mamata Banerjee by doctors alone. This is not an agitation against Mamata Banerjee by, the teams of East Bengal or Mohan Bagan alone. This is an agitation against an incompetent Mamata Banerjee by commoners, by civilians who are up in arms. There's a huge public outcry which has never been seen before since 2011, when Mamata Banerjee dislodged an incompetent left government to become the Chief Minister of West Bengal. She's the only woman Chief Minister One would have expected more sensitivity from her. But look what is happening. Sukhendu Shekhar Reddy, Rajya Sabha Trinamool Congress MP, has now been summoned by the Kolkata police only because he dared to say that let Sandeep Ghosh, the former principal of Arjikar Medical College, be interrogated, and because he dared to say that let Vineet Goyal, the police commissioner himself, be interrogated by the CBI. Clearly, Mamata Banerjee, Kolkata police, which reports into her, they are on a witch hunt against civilians rather than interrogating and bringing to justice the perpetrators. Sanjay Roy is not the lone perpetrator in this case. The gruesome gang rape and murder, as we are now told, was the handiwork of at least 10 to 12 men. And if anybody sits here and waxes eloquent that, oh, Mamata Banerjee तो बहुत कोशिश कर रही है, पर BJP politicize कर रही है. I want to ask you, why should the BJP not politicize this?
From where did you get the number?
Why should the
Sanju,
BJP
from where did you get the number 10 to 12?
Politicize this. Give me one good reason why Mamata Banerjee should continue as the chief minister. Give me one good reason why Mamata Banerjee should continue as the home minister. Give me
first
one
answer
good
this
reason,
question.
a bloody good
Where
reason
did you get this
why
number
Mamata
from?
Banerjee should continue as the health minister.
Sanju, where did you get this number from? Are you trying to direct the CBI? Are you trying to create a template for them?
This is not Sanju Verma speaking.
No, Sanju must answer where did she get this number from?
Of West Bengal saying,
does the BJP want that the CBI must frame 10 to 12 people? Is this the way the investigation must run? Is the BJP
I call upon Dr. Fuad Halim right now, ladies and gentlemen.
The BJP must
Also with us
where
this
did she
evening
get
is
this
Dr.
number
Anil
from?
Kohli, Padma Shri awardee, who has been part of this letter sent to the Prime Minister, Dr. Fuad Halim.
Please shut up for a change, Arnab.
Dr. Fuad Halim.
Please shut up for a change.
Yes, I would just like to...
yeah, Dr. Halim, yeah. Go on.
Yeah, if I could... I just want to say that at the moment, there is one person who is arrested by the Calcutta police for being part of the agitation, and his name is Comrade Chiranjit Rai. He is the president of the Behala DYFI unit. He is under arrest and he has been sent to 10 days of remand. Comrade Sanaul Haq has been detained for more than 24 hours. Comrade Shamo Prasad, both of the DYFI have been detained for more than 24 hours. Of the people that the Calcutta police has sent notices to appear before them for being part of the agitation and other issues that they have raised, 12 are from the CPIM and the DYFI, 2 are doctors who have appeared today, 2 from the BJP and 1 from the TMC. So if you just scan the proactiveness of the Calcutta police, you will understand that the CPIM and the DYFI workers are the main focus of the Calcutta police in terms of ensuring that these leaders need to be brought to book so that the agitation, the movement, etc. can be influenced. Now, one has to also understand that there's a peculiar background. You know, I was kind of very unsurprised, you could say, when Sapan Das Gupta was giving sagacious advice to Mamata Banerjee as what she should have done post the agitation on the 14th night, and after that I found the newfound love of the BJP people for the TMC member who has been called by the police. So you know that bonhomie one has to understand, it's playing.
Nobody is here talking about a bonhomie.
Coming to the core crust, there's simple question.
Sanju, let him complete.
I'm not talking.
Sanju, let him complete. I will come to you. Please, kindly.
Please don't. I'm not talking.
I will let you come in. No. Let him take a pot shot at you. You come back later. Let him take a pot shot. You take a pot shot later. But it's such a grave issue, so I request you. But at the same time, Fuad Halim. But at the same time, Fuad Halim, I also request you.
Now let's come to the core question.
To the facts. Yeah, thank you.
The Calcutta police has to answer some questions. The questions that the Calcutta police need to answer are very clear. If we don't go into the unrevealed part of the investigation, but the revealed part of what the Calcutta police has already described. Number one, they have said that there has been a civic volunteer who was living illegally on the premises of the Calcutta police barracks. He was not authorized, but he was illegally staying over there. My question is very simple. What action has the Calcutta police taken over the last 10 days regarding the matter when a person was illegally residing in the premises that is commanded by the Commissioner of the Calcutta
I can answer
police?
that, Fuad.
My second question is...
No, I can answer that first one. First one I want to answer. I want to answer the first one, Fuad.
Let me finish.
No. I'll tell you what they have done. No. They have told women not to do night shifts. Their answer is to tell women not to do night shifts.
No, that's a separate matter.
No, that's an important matter. Yes. Please continue.
You see, that's a separate. My second question is that this civic volunteer has been described by the Commissioner of the Calcutta Police as a perpetrator of the most heinous crime. These are his words. And then it comes out that he has been using Calcutta police property, especially a motorcycle, which was illegally used by him because he is not authorized to use it. Now, my question is very clear. The Commissioner of the Calcutta Police is responsible for the police barracks where an illegal person was residing. He was what you called from that illegal premises. He was staying in that illegal premises. The Calcutta Police over the past 10 days has taken no action whatsoever. He was using police property, a motorcycle, and he was using it under the absolute command of the Calcutta Police. What steps have been taken? These are all declared positions of the Calcutta Police. Now let us come to the questions that are being raised by us. The girl should have been permitted a re-post-mortem. What was the hurry to rush her body from RG Kaur Medical College to her residence and to the burning ghat?
Why was she cremated in a hurry?
Without the consent.
Why was she cremated in a hurry? That's the point.
Why was she cremated in a hurry?
Answer that.
My question.
No. So I 1 minute. I'm sorry to interrupt you there, Fuad Halim. 1 minute. Sorry to interrupt you there, Fuad Halim and Sanju Verma. The biggest point tonight, I want to get others on it. Debashish Ghosh is with us tonight. The limit of insensitivity that is happening in this country. She is somebody's daughter. She is somebody's daughter. And what did the Kolkata authorities do? They cremated her in the hurry. It's a situation today where the parents of a young lady who has been gang raped and murdered cannot even give her a proper send-off. Shame on the Mamata Banerjee government. Why were the authorities in such a hurry to get rid of the body? No questions here. No answers here. Debashish, that I think is the key point. Why are doctors who are protesting being transferred? Why is Dr. Subarna Goswami, who met the victims' parents, being called for questioning? Why is Kunal Sarkar, who has spoken out, being called for questioning?
Because he lied on camera.
Yeah, you know what?
Regarding Dr. Goswami, that is
one minute. No, He'll be coming here on air. I'm going to Debashish Ghosh, Debashish and Sanju, please. Debashish. 97% people feel she
thank you for having me on the program tonight, Arnab. But also, can I ask all the political party spokesperson, first of all, can we be a bit more sensitive? This is a human being who has been raped and we have lost a life. I think it is time we stand united across party lines. Right now I'm seeing a squabbling between the CPIM and the BJP spokesperson and TMC spokesperson. I think you all have your limitations because you all are so blinded that you have to follow one leader. I think it's important that currently it's a people's movement. There are doctors, human beings, every common person, common citizen. There are doctors, lawyers, professionals from every part, actors, doesn't matter, everywhere. Everybody is taking part in this movement. And I think we should bury the hatchet for the time being and see, probably your leader is tired. She has burnt out and she may need some rest.
No, that's
and
she may forgiving.
So, and this happens to any professional, whoever is governing. Even if I was committing mistake after mistake, I would be asked to step down and not operate and go on leave. You know, this is a standard
protocol for any other profession. Why should not the chief minister be asked to step down and go on leave? And I think, look at it, forget about party lines. She may need a vacation. Let us give her that vacation.
No, let's not oversimplify it.
Let's not try and trivialize this issue,
No, it's a
Mr.
serious
Ghosh.
matter
This is
out
not
here.
about the chief minister needing a vacation.
It's not trivializing.
Please do
It's
not trivialize this issue.
No, hang on.
Mamata Banerjee is culpable of a cover-up, a classic hatchet job. How dare you try and trivialize this? Mr. Ghosh, do not trivialize this. Do not
We are not
trivialize
trivializing.
this issue.
No,
You're trying to trivialize it by doing monkey balancing. I, as the national spokesperson of BJP, demand Mamata Banerjee should resign. She's failed completely the citizenry of Bengal, and please do not trivialize this issue.
No.
How dare you say she needs to go on a vacation?
No, she's had an
She needs
issue.
to be
No, 1 minute.
punished.
I want to step in here. I think Dr. Devashish Ghosh was being sarcastic, and you've taken him literally.
Do not trivialize this issue,
No.
Mr.
He's being
Ghosh.
sarcastic. He's been very vocal on the issue.
I don't care for his
No.
sarcasm.
He's
trying
I
to trivialize the issue.
think you've got the
He's
wrong
trying
end
to
out here.
trivialize the issue,
No, he's
Arnab.
not. He's not.
I don't
I can
care
tell you
about
one thing.
sarcasm.
He's not
I don't
trivializing.
care about his sarcasm.
But we have an issue here, and Dr. Anil Kohli is a Padma Shri awardee who wrote to the PM on this. Dr. Anil Kohli, your thoughts, please, at this stage about the agitation, which way it will go. What is the solution to this?
Arnab, first of all, I would like to thank you from the medical fraternity for inviting me on this show.
Thank you.
Like, I'm listening to all the participants in this. It's horrifying. Is this respect? We are talking about gender equality. What is going to be the impact of the whole episode? Today, 60% of the girls are in the medical schools. I have 2 daughters.
Yes.
After seeing these incidents, if you ask me, if I go 20 years back, I have to think twice to send my daughter to a medical school. Now, what environment is there and who is being affected? The society is going to be affected if the healthcare system is not going to work. Political sides are different. And Dr. Mukul Rohatgi sir has just told you
Yes.
there is a need to bring a bill for protecting the doctors in 2019. It was proposed beyond the party line. All MPs should support and give a environment for the professionals to give their services to the common people. Now, anybody responsible, irrespective of his position, is answerable for the whole thing, and he should be put on records and he should be put behind bars.
Absolutely.
Irrespective which party. We are a country, we are a nation. And you know, if you ask me, it's very, very sad and very unfortunate. After 78 years of independence, which era we are living, what we are talking, why we are fighting, why don't we get together and say wrong is wrong, right is right?
Sir, because of syndicates, because of lobbies, because of corruption. The point is the elephant in the room, and Fuad Halim can come in on this.
It's unfortunate.
The elephant in the room is there is corruption. You know something,
Arnab,
Dr. Kohli, a few days back I was doing a program with all these NEET aspirants. I had all these children in my studio, and they told me how difficult it is to get admission to a government medical college, and they said even if we don't get to a government medical college, we don't have the money to go to a private medical college. Which means the best of the students go to a government medical college. The best of the students go to the government engineering college. And this is what happens. So, you know, it's a double whammy. I know where you're coming from, but the real issue is corruption. Dr. Fuad Halim, the real issue is the syndicate, corruption.
Corruption. Absolutely.
Yeah.
The real issue.
There is a syndicate.
Uncontrolled corruption.
And it is unfortunate if you look at the way, if you look at the proactive way in which the health department wanted to transfer 42 doctors in one day after this incident. And we have the health secretary coming across, making that declaration. It was widespread protest against it, and that's why it was withdrawn. But there's a huge web. You got papers that are being leaked. You got people who need to pay money to submit their theses for post-graduation. You've got mentors and people who have been selected who consider their mentorship as a way of sucking the postgraduate students for economic benefits and doing other things for them. So it's a whole web and nexus, and their postings, the senior doctors that are there, that they've not audited themselves. Unfortunately, we've got two very, very senior doctors who have been respected by the government of India. But I must come out and say that senior doctors do not have a system of auditing themselves as to whether they are morally doing what they are supposed to do, being part of such a noble profession. And then you've got the political hierarchy that comes in. And they harvest this system for their own economic and political benefits. And that's what's happened here. What's happening here in West Bengal is showing you the site of a malady, a symptom of a malady that I'm sure is that affecting the whole of India.
Priyanka Vadra ran to Hathras saying ladki hu lad sakti hu. Priyanka Vadra ran to Unnao saying ladki hu lad sakti hu.
Where is this coming? Where is this one coming?
There is Rahul Gandhi today. There is Lalu Prasad Yadav today. There is Akhilesh Yadav today.
What happened?
Sanju, I'd advise you, please don't lower the level of the debate.
The entire India alliance.
Those are important issues.
But it happens everywhere.
But Sanju, you need to speak to your West Bengal. You need
saying that, let us find out the DNA of the perpetrator.
Sanju, where are you taking the debate? You are helping the TMC to run away from the concrete debate. Sanju, why are you allowing the TMC to run away from the concrete questions that should be raised and answered by the TMC over here? Why are you becoming a distractor?
She breaks police barricades.
Sanju, please allow the TMC to answer the concrete questions of the incident that's happened on Abhaya.
The question is, I want to ask a question here. I want to ask a basic question here, Sanju. If I may here, they have doctors here, Anil Kohli and Debashish Ghosh. I am told that when the body was found, the legs were at 90 degrees.
I want to ask one thing.
But there were no fractures observed in the post-mortem. I want to ask this question to Anil Kohli and Debashish Ghosh. The victim has 14 injuries, forceful penetration, hemorrhaging of lungs and blood clots. Anil Kohli, please. Anil Kohli's turn, please.
The question is, why has
Arnab.
Yes, Anil Kohli.
Arnab. I'm not... Arnab, the first question, they are fighting and they are talking about everything. Has anybody thought of the parents of that girl which has been butchered?
Not at all.
So many fractures and the way she has been treated.
No, not at all. They didn't even. They did not even let the parents give a farewell to their daughter. The body was literally snatched away and cremated in a hurry. It is a sin of unbelievable proportions. Anirban and Tausif. Last word to Debashish quickly. 10 seconds.
It is so unfortunate.
I think we have to keep this movement going on. The truth has to be found. Every person who's part of this conspiracy to hide the facts have to be punished. And we have to see a change in the leadership. That is absolutely important.
I think, ladies and gentlemen, 98% of people. Yeah, I think Sanju, I think most viewers agreeing with that sentiment. I'll put the results of that on the grid there. As she says, I think 97% of people.
Mamata Banerjee from power, it is a political issue.
97% say she should quit, and I feel sorry for those channels who see this as a conspiracy to remove Mamata Banerjee from power. If there's anybody conspiring to throw herself out of power, it is Mamata Banerjee herself. Everything she has done, she has undone so many things. She has undone law and order. She has undone at this system, any system of ethics and governance. She has destroyed Bengal, ladies and gentlemen. She has destroyed Bengal. But the people of Bengal, the people of the country will bring back law and order. Things will change. See you tomorrow. Good night and goodbye.